Hey there everyone, this is Slacker. I'm back to my playthrough of Etrian Odyssey 2 Untold. Today we're going to continue exploring the 4th floor, or begin exploring the 4th floor now that we've completed the 3rd floor. Yeah, we did levels ups and all that last time. Last time was pretty short, but that's just because it just so happened that we were finishing up the 3rd floor. So, this time I expect that we'll just be able to go on up and try to do as much of the 4th floor as we possibly can, maybe do a quest associated with it. Now you may notice that the FOEs in this area have turned yellow. They are still not worth fighting, and they're still impossible, really, basically. Where's my... Okay, I do have riding fits. Just checking. Yeah, they turned yellow. That means they're easier to beat, but they're still kind of a threat. And in expert mode, that means they're totally threats and do not touch them ever. So, I mean, I'm just saying we're not equipped to fight foes, so we should just continue ignoring them. Even once they turn blue, they're going to be somewhat difficult, but it's just the way they behave. Eventually, I'll have a setup good enough for actually killing them. But until then, for now, all we have to do is cross that shortcut to go up these stairs, and we're on to exploring the 4th floor. Look how easy that was. Alright, we've got a few directions. And by a few, I mean only one. It just looks like there's a few. So we'll start by exploring this small encased area, which happens to have a lot of rocks in it, and there's a ton of rocks. Like, so many rocks in this area. But it's for good reasons, because they finally introduced a foe that can fly over the dang things. More on that when we see it. For now, we're just gonna have to kind of juggle our way through this rocky, apocalyptic land. Alright, well, the rocks kind of like being at these junctures, so you can kind of see that it's a juncture that if that rock wasn't there, you could walk straight through it, but there's a rock there, so you can't move through the juncture. There's here, and there's a rock here, and that entire juncture works kind of like that. As we proceed, we find that there is a flying creature. Woo. Why is that important? Then we can fly, allowing it to pass over terrain. We can't, and that means it can go over terrain. In the original Etrian Odyssey 2, there were these imp things that were able to go over obstacles. In this game, it's bats, because that makes more sense. Pro tip, do not run directly towards the bat. It's typically not a good idea. Just saying. I mean, I'm curious, but I don't think I can beat it. They're weak to pierce. I might waste a turn trying to headbind me, actually. Alright. On the list of giant bad ideas I've ever had, I'm curious. I'm gonna try to land nerve on it. I doubt it'll work, but I think it's worth a shot. Got a headbind. Okay. I'm gonna try both blind and nerve, see if we can't land one of the two. Alright. Nope. No blind. Wind is down. Nerve, I think, just straight up missed. Alright, that's fine. That's cheating. Just a little bit. I've got a Curb Attack 3, and got a Punctured Wing, but we got a Dead Linda in return. So that's a little sad. But even then, not really, because what the heck is this thing? A nectar? Oh, I can use that to revive my person? Yeah. Alright, well, I wasted a bunch of, breaks, but that's fine. I didn't actually expect I always forget that the bats are actually really super easy to kill. So if you accidentally run into one, it's no big deal. But just on the by, do not actually run into bats. It's not a great idea. Avoid them. Just because you can beat them doesn't mean you should, because it usually costs your breaks to do it. So we're just gonna actually try to avoid fighting the bats from here on in. But we're gonna keep going, because it doesn't make any sense to stop. Especially when I have revival tools, and amongst other things. Right. With the bat dead, I can kind of wander around where the bat would be normally. It doesn't really make the path any different. All it means is I don't have to go around this giant bend over here. But even then, you never really had to go around this giant bend in the back. You could just kind of cheat past the bat over here anyhow. But they put that there just in case you were really paranoid about fighting a bat. So, there you have it. We're just going to wander around as though this is our town, because it basically is. Save a few rocks here and there. Okay, just quickly, I'm just mapping this in. You can see how it has this foundation where the rocks make it look like a totally different maze than it actually is. It really is super straightforward, just a pattern of squares. But when these rocks get involved, it turns into not a pattern of squares. So if you mark the rocks as walls, you get a vastly different map than if you actually just mark the rocks as rocks and not as walls. Alright, this is the way of progress, clearly, so we're going to want to check out what's over here first. Alright, well, I see rocks. And more rocks. Well, it looks like we can't go this way. Looks like this is a dead end after all. Throw all the rest of these in. Now this place likes to look very messy, so I like painting it over after I'm done. Too pretty. With that out of the way, let's go through this door and keep on going on. See a shortcut over there. Alright, new enemy, the flying lizard. It's actually kind of a pain. We're going to just try normal stuff and see if it works. It might not. It might so. I'm pretty sure they resist fire. Yeah, we'll just send a heavy strike instead, that's fine. Use shelter because it might protect someone's life, and then send a drop shot back at the ladybug. Get it out of the way so it doesn't raise evasion or anything. Ouch. Ouch. Okay. We're kind of okay in the defensive shape. Teto and Linda really are vulnerable. So it might be better for me to not attack with them. Or maybe just defend with Linda. In hopes that I don't get retaliated against. But I'm pretty sure I'm safe. Line didn't land. And I died, okay. So we're fine. Made it. Those lizards are a little bit scary when you first run into them. At least I always tend to have problems with them, but it seems like they behaved that time and didn't kill anyone. Maybe the shelter helped, maybe it didn't. Alright, impassable from this side. There's another special shortcut in this area in the upper right that leads to a special area that we can't reach for quite some time. So why did I mention it? Because, well, there's like a bunch of cool stuff behind it, and I wanted to share information about it, but we can't reach it. We can't reach the wonderful mimic room. Oh well. We'll learn about mimics later, don't you worry. Okay. Yes, we are Zorian. Okay. Well, that doesn't bode well for them. Isn't there only like 2 of them? Oh, that doesn't sound good. Yeah, I'm with you here, guard. This seems a little bit disheartening. Yeah, even if his team is 2 tanks, I'm not sure you can make it. Note that Hrothgar is a protector, and that Wolfgar is a beast, which are the 2 tankiest classes in the game, but that's probably why they lived. And why they shouldn't be fighting it by themselves. They should be having some friends help them, but unfortunately for us, we cannot control their fate. They chose that path. And then there's those crazy people on YouTube who beat it with just a single person, and a single beast or a single protector, and they're just crazy. Makes you wonder if Hrothgar should have just grinded more. Oh well, we'll never know. So once again, this is mostly a network of rocks of squares, but it's much different because of all the rocks in the way. You just have to kind of be patient and stumble through the rock maze, mark where all the rocks are, and eventually you're going to get to an end here. So, if I wanted to be super psychic, I know that from here on it's going to be here, 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 at the very least. So that simplifies drawing it out as I go. All we have to do then is just mark where the rocks are. And then this coils in like that. There's a rock here. Just kind of keep track where all the rocks are. That's where we're supposed to go. We're gonna go down here first because there's stuff down here. But not this way. Over here, it seems. At the end of the forest halls, you find something at the roots of a tree. I wonder what it is. Oh, that was totally a surprise. Ah, greet it. Okay. Walk over to it normally, rush over and pick it up, make some noise to alert it. Walk over to it normally, it's gonna notice us anyhow. Whoops. Well, that's just... Oops. Yep. Yeah, we gotta rescue it. Whoops. Whoa. That's not any good. I've got 5 dew shards. That's only amazing. Yeah, I'll take it. Thanks, Hedgehog. You're awesome. Again. If you even potentially heard that, that was thunder. The good thing about this setup is that if the power goes out, I can keep recording. The bad thing if the power goes out is that the power goes out. Hopefully that doesn't become an issue. And if it becomes too dangerous to record, I'll stop. Of course, then. If I start hearing of a tornado watch, I'm gonna stop. But I don't think we're in danger today, so we're gonna keep going. We aren't in any danger from standing here, so this is fine. New enemy, the owl. I want to say it has a conditional drop. If you kill it while it's... Let me check references here. Yeah, that's kill with ice. And that doesn't have a conditional drop, so we're fine. Okay. And this is weak touch. Yeah, okay. Edge. I really hate this guy. Nerve. Heavy strike. The only way it kills someone if it hits Linda. I should defend with at least Linda. That way she doesn't die. Just try and attack and then drop shot the owl. Okay, it turns out that kills Tetsuo as well. Shucks. That kinda sucks. Now this should die. Or I can take another person's life before... Okay then. I have no words. I just always am surprised that that guy always finds a way to kill another person. Always. Not a really substantial amount of progress. How many nectars do I have? Just the one? Yeah, we're right out of here. I'll get everyone paired up, and we still have a ton of time left, so I'll go back in there. Okay. Okay. And use it, flashes a really bright light that stuns the enemies and throws them off guard. Only stuns monsters for 1 turn. Alright. Of course. If you say so, Abigail. Great sales pitch. Well, ask us if you don't understand something. Wow, she actually genuinely took that. Okay. If you put it that way, I guess it makes sense. Wait a second, why do I have a punctured wing? Oh, because I killed the bat. Oh, wow. We're gonna get something. We're gonna get some equipment. Alright, so we're not supposed to obviously have the Morsigo staff. It's just, but because we killed the bat, we have it now. So let's see here. Yeah, 37 plus 20. Only slightly ridiculous. I mean, 20 plus 20 TP is pretty good. Who am I kidding? This thing's awesome. I should not have it, but you know what? If I'm gonna have it, I guess I'm gonna have it. Let's buy more nectars, because we're out. Now, nectars tend to be expensive, but that's fine. Continue making our way towards revive. Of course, revives don't work when Linda's the one that dies, which is why you still need nectars, but the 4 nectars I bought are probably the last ones I'm ever going to need, so it's just nice to have them. People die suddenly when there's beat predators about, so that's all there is about to that guy. Alright. I'm done dwelling on that guy. Let's go ahead and grab this treasure box that's over here in the corner, which contains a Mind Grimoire. Nice. Another Gather Grimoire. I'd like to give those to my, chuck those at my Gather team's face. And once we get a good Grimoire for Venus, she's going to get that Take Grimoire replaced for something more combat effective. I've got this door here. Is there anything in this little corner? Nope. Through this door we go. Now there isn't too terribly much left of this floor left. And I haven't gone even for 20 minutes yet. Double gel, double Venfly? What is this world? Alright. Fine. Drop shot. Alright, that's one. Now for the others. I think just double attack from our ranged attackers is fine. Yep. No need to do everything. No need to use drop shot on everything. That worked out. That's what I'm trying to get out of my mouth, but it's pretty hard. Even though I know I have to keep that fight in, because it's the first time it's appeared. Alright. Everyone up. Alright, there's a wall there. That's not the correct tool. Alright, we've activated this shortcut. We have an Aradni thread we can get out whenever we want, so we're just going to keep pressing forward. There's going to be a quest attached to this place, and it's going to be nice to have all the shortcuts enabled before taking it on, because it involves going from one place to another. And it's a lot easier to go from one place to another when shortcuts are activated, that's for sure. When you're in a fight, the bats come chase you. Also, I need to kill one of these things with a pure element. How do I set that up? Alright, well, I can kill one of them, which is fine. So we'll do attack fire here. And then double attack here, and we'll see where that gets us. Kills that. Kills that. Kills that. Oh man, still alive. Okay, on like a thread of its life, maybe? Let's try again. Linda's high tech will stop her from dying to the Sunflower's attack if it ever launches it, so... There we go, we got a perfect thorn. Don't have to worry about that anymore. It's a conditional drop. You have to kill the Sunflower with actual magic. You can't cheat and use like fire rounds or something. You have to use pure magic, as I think is what one of my commenters calls it, pure magic. I like to I don't know. And I don't think I've ever called it pure magic, but I know I had a special I used my own term for it. Oh well, the bat doesn't chase you unless you're in a fight, so he's not a threat. He's gonna act like a threat, but he isn't. Alright, well, we're surrounded by rocks on both sides. We're going to kind of infer some map features as we go on. So we're going to assume that these are also pillars, so we can just quickly draw these in. That bat goes on for miles. More rocks obstructing our way, getting in our way. being in our way, just doing what rocks do and block your passage. In fact, can't go that way either, so we have to go this way. So this path seems pretty forced, doesn't look like there's much ways to deviate from it. But regardless of that, just make our way through the pillars and pillars and pillars. Of nothing. Just more pillars. And we've got a rock at that intersection. I mean, there's only 2 bats in this room, and they will come at you while you're in a fight, but you're never in fights for long enough for them to reach you. This set again. Yeah, that worked out. That'll give us another one. I don't think I need more than one, but whatever, I'll pick up another one. That's fine. I'm getting pretty lucky with the triple sunflower sets. There's actually times when I played this game and not run into a single sunflower past the 2nd floor. Typically I'll find one on the 2nd floor, but I almost never find them on the 3rd and 4th floors. I think I'm getting pretty lucky that they're appearing in sets. Or maybe I just got very unlucky when the previous times I played this game and just never run into them. Sometimes they're enigmas, sometimes they're everywhere. I can't tell sometimes. But it's nice to know that there's triple sunflower sets in this area, so if you're looking for sunflowers, this is where you go. Probably. There might be better ones. There might be better ones. Either way, this is just a really big maze of rocks, but otherwise it's just a very straightforward room with pillars and not rocks. As it turns out, rocks pretty much suck and only serve to block the way. Looks like I basically did the entire floor in one episode. Whoops, how did that happen? Probably because it was a fairly simple floor that didn't really have much in the way of obstacles or interruptions. That's how. Venom ring, okay. That is a poison resistance accessory, which is nice, but not terribly necessary until we reach something else. There's a time when it's useful, and that's on the next boss, because the next boss happens to use poison. But then it becomes a question of who do you want to attach that to. Can you sacrifice the defense? And sacrificing the defense for an accessory in the early game can be a little bit challenging. A little bit. There's actually a shortcut out here, but we're going to do this fancy thing called resetting the encounter rate. And this is also going to unlock the quests that are available for the 5th floor, but I think that's okay. We'll be fine. It's not like it's going to kill us to unlock quests on the next floor. We're not going to actually touch this floor until at least next time, so I'm going to ignore it now. 25 minutes? Yeah, we've been at this for a while. I can probably call it quits about now. Activate this shortcut. Activate this floor warp, and then we're pretty much good to go. And then I guess for me to actually do any of the quests, it'd have to be something short and easy. I was about to use an Irani thread, even though 4-jump is a thing. This is what I don't like about this game. It's like, what is the point of Irani threads if I can just walk my way out now? Like, seriously. I mean, even if these floor warps weren't here, I could have just walked myself out without running into any threatening sets. But it kind of just lessens the Irani thread's value, and I don't like that. I feel like floor jumps should only work going up and not actually going down. But that's just my opinion. Access to the fire talisman, which I'm pretty sure is the accessory you get. Yes, when you get a perfect thorn, it increases your fire resistance pretty good. It's actually pretty decent accessory if you're dealing with fire enemy later on. Alright. Didn't need to buy another Randy thread because it turns out I already had one. See if there's any super easy mega quest. Easy. Develop a new weapon and need explorers to collect materials for it. I don't have the beast bow yet. Acquire an able guild to deliver supplies. The guards allow to play immediately. Max medicine. Please send what you can. We'll do that later. Ragged Trap's tail. Nameless flower. Alright, so a lot of these are 5th floor quests, but the supply lines is definitely a 4th floor quest. And this one's pretty easy. I'm just going to kind of skip over the details. And we're just going to quickly stop by this point to get it taken care of. We're going to do it ourselves. See ya. And then the other one is... Alright, and then you just simply waddle over here and you got this done. And we're just going to skip straight through all those details. Get 5 fire jars, no big deal. Get a bunch of people to level 10, and more grimoire slots on those people. Linda is going to be a bit behind. That's fine. That's HP up to 5, allows us to start getting towards Warcry. Snake Eyes level 8 just makes that insanely better. Holy Gift level 1, now we're going to start getting experience that appears in odd numbers. Risk Perception to 7, just try to minimize risk. And that's all there is to that. So hey there everyone, this has been Life as always, and thank you for watching. Next time we'll continue exploring the 5th floor and maybe do some of its quests. I'll see you guys then, bye bye.